Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please.
Let me tell you a little bit about Christmas. Seasons used to be much more important to people than they are now. They're still important, but they were much more important to people who really were living off the land and trying to get enough food. The winter solstice, which comes sometime in December, is the time when days start getting longer again. Whether you believe in something supernatural that's making the days longer, or whether it's just the days getting longer, it's a cause for celebration. So the winter solstice was a natural point of celebration from people before recorded history. It's a really important time. If you are an animal, you want to celebrate the fact that winter will someday be over. And the hint of that is when the days start getting longer again, and that's sometime in the middle of December. And people have always celebrated that with some sort of feasting and gift-giving, and no matter what level that's going to be at. Then the Christians were a small sect who had very, very small number of followers, and they were struggling and they were persecuted. And then one emperor in, early first few centuries after in the Common Era, converted to Christianity and used force. Then the Christians had the government on their side, and all of a sudden Christianity spread like crazy, and they had power. And then with the power, they wanted to have a celebration for the appearance of Jesus. And many people believed at that time that if there were an historical Jesus, he was born in the summer, June or July. So they were trying to get that together, and all they kept having were these wintertime celebrations of the days getting shorter. So after trying to buck the system for a while, they just appropriated the winter solstice, called it Christmas, and said we were celebrating the birth of Christ. And that spread. Then that hit the U.S., and Christmas was still a very small holiday. And then the 20th century, Madison Avenue, advertising, and good old American capitalism got a hold of Christmas. They made Santa Claus big and rosy-cheeked. They had they pulled little things from here and there and made it a big, secular, non-religious holiday, which upset some of the Christians who wanted to still be celebrating the birth of Christ, which didn't happen then. It's a pagan holiday anyway. And the secular groups wanting to make money came in. And now we're in the 21st century, and there is still that faction that wants to turn Christmas into a religious holiday. There's another faction that wants it to be a secular American holiday, and there is still that celebration of the days getting longer. You're in a wonderful position because you are not being raised with any sort of religion. So if you want to celebrate Christmas as a time when Jesus was born and your friends celebrate that, and you want to join them in a celebration of something very important in their lives, you can do it. If you want it to be secular and you want to celebrate Santa Claus and Frosty the Snowman and reindeer, you can do that. If you want to be back to the earth and natural and a hippie and celebrate that the days are getting longer again and bounty will be coming again soon, you can do that. Just don't do it in the house because your mom hates Christmas.
That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.